Hi everyone, Kelsey here. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of losing track of what day it is with this stay-at-home business and distance learning and all of the things. So I wanted to jump on here really fast and just kind of talk to you guys about some pointers about nonprofits and churches. As you join me, I want you to put in the comments where you are watching from or tuning in from, because I want to give you a shout out. So it's a great day. You guys, payment processing is not slowing down. For real. It is crazy. And the reason why is because businesses need to save money, right? Saving money is making money, and that is what we have been doing in the DAC payment processing division. We are showing business owners every single day how much money that they can save. Sometimes that's $100 a month. Sometimes that's $680 a month, right? These are real numbers that were just sent out this week. So it's no time to slow down in payment processing. We are working to help these business owners, and you guys as agents, you have this. You can offer it to businesses of all kinds. And today we're going to talk about very quickly about nonprofits and churches. So as you join me, I want you to put in the comments where you're tuning in from so I can give you a shout out. I see you guys hopping on. You guys are awesome. So nonprofits and churches, some of them are hurting right now because of COVID-19, because, sometimes in some states, hey, Adrian, they can't meet together, correct? So churches have been doing online things. Nonprofits are also doing online things. They're having to do virtual tours and things like that. And so sometimes that means that the churches and the nonprofits are missing out on their donations or their tithes or their offerings or, whatever they call it, depending on what type of business it is. So we at DAC Payment Processing can help, right? We are here to bridge the gap when it comes to nonprofits and churches. Number one, you guys already know about cash discounts and how that can help businesses. Hi, Tanya from Canada. Canada's in the house. You know how that can help, right? Because the customer, or in this case, the giver, is actually taking on some of that processing fee, correct? So we can definitely already offer that to nonprofits and churches, no problem. I'm not going to talk about cash discount on this live because it's awesome. And most of the time, especially with churches and nonprofits, the giver wants to take on that fee, right? I know for me personally, I don't want my church to have to pay more money because I'm paying with a credit card, right? So it's kind of an easy conversation with your church or your favorite nonprofit. Deanne is tuning in from Wisconsin. Okay, so moving on. So I'm not going to talk about cash discount. All that training is in the Agent Resource Center. I want to talk about specifically nonprofits and churches and what we can do for them that's different than everybody else, that sets us above the competition as at DAC Payment Processing. So number one, we can give them free online giving, an option, a software, a system, free for their first 30 days. Okay, that's unheard of. Of course, they'll have to pay for it after the first 30 days, but can you imagine how much that's going to help a church or a nonprofit? They can get those donations, they can get those offerings and tithes that they are missing out on for free for the next, for their first month. And I meant to have the prices pulled up and I didn't, but give me a second and I will. But after that, you guys, it's really not that expensive, I promise. And at the end of this live, I will find the prices for you guys so you know. The way that something that's different is all of our items for churches and nonprofits are offered a la carte, right? Or so you can pick and choose what you need. So if a church needs online giving, but they don't need text giving, they don't have to grab that, right? Or if a church, needs online and text giving, but they don't need a kiosk right now, they don't have to do that, right? It's kind of like a pick and choose, and it's very customizable to the needs of the church or the nonprofit. So number one, we can give them free online giving option for free for the first 30 days. Number two, text giving, free for the church or the nonprofit, free for their first 30 days. You guys, text messages, I want you to think to yourself right now, how many times do I read my text messages? all the time, right? Like, I always read them, and you're more likely to read a text than you are an email. Not saying that we don't check our emails, because we do, but we definitely don't check it as much as our text messages. Correct? Correct. So that's something that's very powerful that you guys can offer your favorite church or your favorite nonprofit, and it's free for their first 30 days whenever they do their payment processing with us. So that's something that we can offer right now that's going to help a lot of people. Some other benefits to what we can offer to churches and nonprofits are all-in-one marketing. So with the text giving, let's say they do it free for their first 30 days, the next month, we actually provide the marketing in that text message, right? So the little blast texts that come out, we provide that. Let's see, what else do we do? We do software management. We do provide kiosks. Some of those are free, y'all. Like, free kiosks for your church or your nonprofit to make things easier. We do have child check-in, monitors and tablets and things like that for churches or nonprofits. So the list goes on and on. What I want you guys to know right now is, number one, we can save them on their fees. Yes. Number two, we can offer them free online giving option or free text option. A lot of the mega churches out there, they were already prepared, or the big nonprofits, right? They were already prepared. They already had implemented online giving and text giving. But think about those maybe rural churches or the smaller nonprofits that were always getting their funds from events or for seeing donors or, things like that. That's my dog walking across the floor. Sorry about that. It's probably loud. But they were relying on those events and, actually having people come into their building to get those donations or to get those tithes and offering. And so now they're hurting because they didn't have an online option in place or a text option in place. And so you, as the DAC payment processing agent superstar champion that you are, you can offer that to them. You can be the bridge right now in these crazy times for these nonprofits. I get super fired up about it because it's amazing. And the text notification, the text giving option alone, blows all the other payment processing out of the water. So you have this at your fingertips. So how do you do it, right? How do you approach somebody? It's really simple. It's almost the same as you would for a regular business, okay? My number one tip for you guys is to come across, there's my dog, to come across as serving, right? Don't be a salesy person, because these nonprofits, they serve people. These churches, they serve people. The last type of person they're going to respond to is someone that's super salesy, right? And just sees them as a dollar sign. So number one, come across as serving, right? Reach out to them because you care. Reach out to them because you want to see their nonprofit survive, or you want to see, the church be able to open their doors when all of things go back to normal, right? So come from a sales, or no, not sales. I was reading a comment, sorry. Come from a servant heart, an authentic place. Reach out to that pastor. Hey, I wanted to check in with you. What are you guys doing for your online giving? I'm here to help, right? That's it. It's really that simple. And then that person will say, what online giving? Or they'll say, yeah, we weren't expecting to have to shut our doors. We just went with, this company really fast, or this company. And that's where you come back and you say, well, you're probably overspending, right? Or does it have a text option? Or, do they have a free kiosk option? Let's explore your options. I know you picked something because it was an emergency, right? And you had to have something right then, but I know what I have is going to help you, right? I know what I have is going to save you money and keep your doors open longer, right? Let's take a look. Okay, so that's kind of how the conversation goes. It's really simple, and that's all you guys have to know, because we take care of the rest, right? As far as the process goes, it's the same. So you send them to your replicated website. They're going to put on their form if they're a nonprofit or if they're a church or, whatever, and that's when we pick up the phone and we say, we're so glad that you're here. Let's take a look. Are you already processing cards? No. Okay, that's fine. This is what we can do, right? Do you need online giving? Do you want online and text? Do you just want online, not text? Do you just want text and not online? We kind of pick and choose what they need and we customize it to them. If they're needing something that is, bigger and badder and fancier than just online and text, then we set up a demo, right? They get to walk through all of the details and the options as far as kiosk go and child check-in and, all of the bells and whistles. And then you get an email as an agent that says, hey, they're going with us, right? Like, you helped someone, you got paid to do this. Do your happy dance because it's amazing. So that's it, you guys. That's how simple it is. We're helping churches. We're helping nonprofits. I am so fired up because, I live in Oklahoma, for those who don't know, and there are so many rural, I can't even say rural. Like, I have this accent, I can't even say that. I'm from here. That doesn't even make sense. But there's so many rural churches that need us, right? They were dependent on, people walking into the door and dropping their, their dollar in the offering plate or whatever, right? Like, that's how I grew up. It's kind of taking me back, not gonna lie. But they need us because they did not have an online system in place. They did not have, a text giving option. So don't wait, okay? Reach out to those churches. I'm not gonna say that R word one more time and embarrass myself in front of you guys. Reach out to those churches. Reach out to your nonprofits that you love, that, have a big spring event and it's been canceled or postponed, right? They can have a text giving campaign that's sent